people's relationship stories and giving them advice.
Yeah. Okay.
Like
those podcasts.
Exactly. And some of them even put it out there and ask
get
for
response.
Exactly.
You there, you're so good, priceless.
Hi guys.
Welcome to Rafi Truth's YouTube channel.
Yes, we are your hosts
Or
hostesses,
whatever you want to call us.
I promised you a panel and they're here. We're going to introduce them later, but they've already told you, So, I should let you mention your names.
Yeah, okay. Hi guys, my name is Philippa. And welcome.
Darling. Okay.
Hi everyone, I'm Isosa.
Hi.
She needs no intro.
So, we're going to dive right into it, and
today we're talking about relationships
and social media.
You got that right. I'm going to let my people tell you what they know, because over here we are ready to learn. That is why this channel is here. We're going to learn about the impact of it today on your relationship or the future relationships you're going to build. And so we have the privilege of hearing from these wonderful ladies, to tell us what they think, and we'll leave it to you. We'll throw it back to you to tell us what you think exactly and what you learned. So, Philippa.
Okay, wait,
because technically you're like the expert.
What? Philippa is the pro here.
Yeah.
You find out why. We're gonna ask our pro to,
tell
us. Sorry. Tell us what she thinks. So, dearest Philippa, please.
The floor is yours.
Okay. Okay, so the impact of social media on relationships. I think I'll start with maybe the positive. I think that with the influence of social media, we've learned a lot about relationships that we wouldn't have known, with just the basic training that our parents give us sometimes. Sure. Because I think that not everyone has or grew up in a model family or the kind of family where love is shown and things like that. But through social media, you can learn, other ways that people are doing things other than how you were brought up in your home. Although some can be negative, which we'll talk about in the negative aspects, but I think there's a lot of positive things that you learn to, add to your relationship through social media. So the exposure can be, it's good. It's a positive thing. And with the upcoming of social media as well, I think that now we can communicate more because of social media, right? You can meet people even over the internet and you're able to learn more about each other because you don't always have time to be with someone in person to be able to learn about that person. But through social media you're able to meet people and even communicate with them over a long distance, especially, and even when you are close, you are not always together, so it has also impacted in that way. So I think I'll let Isosa also say her points now. And then we'll discuss.
You told you she's our pro, right?
Yeah, because I was about to say we could end right here. She said everything. Why do we do that thing?
I know. Funny enough, we are going to the next pro. She thought she had dodged them, but I'm only coming here with pros, so we'll let second pro tell us what she thinks.
I think Philippa said everything. I really, really do appreciate the perspective social media has brought. I remember, was it just last week? I don't remember if it was you, Rejoice, but a girl was talking about marriage, specifically her marriage on Instagram. Okay. And one of my friends I was with, I thought it was you, but maybe it's another of my friends. She was like,
I'm your best friend, by the way, just in case.
She was like, it's such a breath of fresh air to see people talk about marriages like this, because if we only had what our parents said, we wouldn't, believe some certain things could happen in marriage. It really made it seem like, and we're talking about the rates of divorce. I don't know, I'm talking about divorce in the positive aspect, but it showed something because we're why divorce rates so much, much higher in our generation.
Yeah.
People were like, oh, people always say it's because people don't want to stay in marriages anymore. What if it's because people because they know more, they don't accept less?
Okay.
So that's what I would say would be a positive impact of social media. It makes people really know the kind of hard work that actually does go into relationships.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of realistic perspectives. You could be on the side of social media that's unrealistic still, but there is that realistic perspective from opening your mind to knowledge on things you weren't privy to before, so education has increased, communication has increased, especially for long distance relationships.
Which, by the way, we're going to talk about that in our next YouTube episode. So make sure to check it out, please. Don't mind me. Go on.
No problem. I think also love languages, new methods of showing love have also been opened through social media. Because, you can post about your loved ones to show them you love them. You can even use technology to make your gift giving easier, or all those kind of things. You could send messages that have specific packages in them that are very endearing. I think it's opened up more ways you can show you love someone too with social media and technology. But also, most importantly, it's made the global village smaller. You can meet more people.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the best. There are disadvantages.
Blasians and
but we see
Coblasians.
Coblasians, please. The world is becoming smaller. There's way more cultures being mixed together, and I think social media is really a big part of that, because you could be in Nigeria dating someone in China. You could be in France dating someone in China. I don't know why I keep using China.
She wants to learn Chinese.
You get my drift.
Yes, please.
So yes, that's what I think are the positives of social media.
Wow. I think even with this, we can all agree. I mean, from what they've said so far, you can tell that social media, technology in general, has put relationship out there, and has thereby given the opportunity for people to voice out what they think it is, and also to show us what it can be from what we already know, as Philippa said. And I couldn't agree more, because I'm it's one of the best places now to learn.
Honestly,
yes, and it's either you're learning positively or you're learning negatively, and that's a funny thing. Exactly,
like with us right now.
Yeah. Positive, all positive,
positive. Only positive.
Oh, I am so glad that you guys are here, because then we know the perspective from different angles. It's not just my perspective today. So today we're going to do something. We're going to look at the three major ones. Let me say, three major ones I found from my research that they said was positive influence of social media and technology on relationships. Then I personally added one due to this channel, by the way. So the first one they mentioned was connection, and they said social media allows people to connect, as all of you rightly said, and it helps to maintain relationships over long distances, which by the way, I think I am having a fair share of. So I agree. I agree. And it enables communication with friends and family, makes it more easy. And they've already touched on that, so I won't let us go back. But it also said something that it gives social support. That's what social media has come to do. So what do you guys think? Do you agree to it, that it has given social support? Because according to them, they said it has provided a platform for emotional support, from community building and helping individuals and others with similar experiences or challenges. So you get the, So what do you think? Do you think it's actually true?
I will say yes. I think there's definitely a truth to it. it has done that. Like just what I said about the divorce. Imagine someone being abused in her relationship and she feels she can't speak up about it because she's supposed to stay in it and tough it out, and then she sees someone on social media talking about how she found the strength to leave, and people support her. I think especially in hard relationships, finding support, but also in good ones, having people cheer you on. There's always the unintended consequences of negative aspects of social media. But
True.
I think it does do that. It does provide a community for you.
Yeah, I completely agree, because I think that the people who maybe share their relationships on social media, they tend to get a community that supports them. And when they are going through something, or it's not everything that you put out on the internet, but in very difficult situations, you'd find that people come around and for them. So
True. As you guys were talking, it reminded me of the there are currently people that are in charge of listening to people's relationship stories and giving them advice.
Like those podcasts.
Exactly. And some of them even put it out there and ask
for response.
Exactly. So I think it's true with the social support thing. By the way, we're not just we've seen all the couples flaunting their relationships online on Instagram. When you open, you see all the couples and stuff. We know that part, but we're also talking about the other aspects of it, that people actually get help from relationship advice that people give, or like sharing their experience. Exactly like us. I really like when you say like us. I like the us vibe today. So and like as Isis said, like people sharing their experiences and you getting to benefit from it. So I actually also agree. We hope you do too. And then 3 said it gives relationship insights. So I think we've sort of like talked about it, because it says that couples can share their experiences and learn from others, gaining up insights into relationship dynamics. And I think Philippa actually touched on that from the beginning when you mentioned that like now we see it not only through the lens of our parents, but we see from this generation as well, because now we have a lot of factors playing. And
I think it helps you keep up with the trends, because things are always changing on how to do these things too. So it's like, okay, it makes sense. Insights.
True. Where to go on romantic getaway?
Nice date spots. Ideas. How to propose.
Oh my god, it's true. It's true. Really, it does give relationship insights. I have an example from the challenge that people have been doing recently. It's not necessarily a challenge, but couples put their hand in it looks like a styrofoam, I don't know, whatever it is. Then it comes out with the shape of their hand.
Okay, like a mold.
Yes. And I'm like, all these things, I think it
gives nice ideas.
It does. Like, it helps spice up the relationship, because sometimes we run out of ideas. And the last one I decided to add was the education and insights on concerned topics when it comes to relationship. So we'll have that for the long distance relationship and people that are in situationships. That thing actually kills me.
It kills the people that are in it too.
I tell you. So that's the last one I added, because I feel like that's what this channel stands for, to help educate the public on what relationship is truly about and how to salvage situations, because people have had a fallout because they didn't know certain things. And sometimes when you come to know, at least it gives you the option of choosing to stay or to leave. But if you do not know at all, it's like the only thing you know is to just up and leave because it didn't work for you. So I think so social media does play a key role in educating people on what relationship is about. So quickly say the negative points that I gathered from my research. So the first one they said was jealousy and insecurity. So what do you guys think? Is that true?
I think some of the things that make social media good actually also make it bad. Because in like the jealousy points that you're talking on. That's when people, share their relationships or share aspects of their relationship on social media. If it's not happening in your relationship, like obviously you're going to be jealous. You're going to envy what they have. But that's another thing about social media. What you see is not always what you get.
It's not always whistling. It's not always whistling.
Like,
it's not gold.
honestly, like people share maybe some negative aspects of their relationship. That's mostly when it's like very serious and they feel like they have to speak about it. But the negative things that are happening in their houses, the fights and everything, they're not going to come and post about it. So if you're in a stage where maybe you are in an uncomfortable, or not an uncomfortable, but a negative or a not so good place, and you are seeing someone post going on a trip with their husband or their family and things like that, you're going to hate yourself and your relationship in that point. You're going to be jealous of that. So some of the things that make social media positive also makes it negative, because it really does. When you see someone else's relationship going well and then you are not in a very good place, you're just going to be envious and
Let me just add this one. This thing is very true. What Philippa said reminded me of all the weddings that are going on now. Like even this year, I mean, we've seen the number of marriages. I tell you,
so many.
The number of weddings that we have seen this year is crazy. But I remember, I think, was it 2023 or 2022? Basically, these past few years, wedding has been like, it's been thrown out of the roof. I tell you, like, you see massive,
so extravagant.
That's the word.
So extravagant.
That is the word. And as Philippa was talking, it reminded me of that, because like you can see that, and then
if you don't do the same thing, then
you feel you haven't done a good wedding.
Exactly. That's where the insecurity aspect of because then you be comparing yourself and your relationship to others, and you start feeling insecure in
Exactly. I mean, we are here in France, but we heard of the weddings in Ghana, in Nigeria, in other parts of the world. We saw the Edinkra person's wedding. We saw the Spites and something there. The Sans wedding. We saw the Chivido. We saw Sharon Oja.
They have money.
They do have money. We saw the Moses Bliss and all that. Exactly. So like
Vicky James.
Please, we saw the Vicky James. The it was grandeur. Please, you don't have to get jealous because of that. It can stir it up in you as we are talking about it. But please, do what your strength can take or can do. Anyways, Aisha, please. Or you think that
my view on this?
Your first pro has said it all.
Oh, she said it all.
So what the second pro, please? What small thing would you like to add?
Try not to enjoy. No, it's true. I'll just say it's true. It's very true. I've also been a victim of it. I had a friend who once told me that she was very, very happy with who she was and herself in her relationship until she joined social media.
Oh my god.
So stuff like that, it's easy to fall prey to it. And I would just say, like, it's true. Since it's not the advice section yet, I would just say I agree that it's a very, very big, probably one of the top negatives of social media.
Okay, so the second one, which is like, they said miscommunication. Miscommunication.
Right.
Now let me tell you what they meant by miscommunication. So they said online interactions can lead to misunderstandings due to the lack of non-verbal cues, potentially causing conflicts. So social media is now your advice, your advisor, your counselor.
This is true. This is true.
So
Okay. I feel like I'm talking a lot here, but then
they're pro now.
I completely agree with that point, because I think that, when you are face to face with someone and you are communicating, maybe the way you even pronounce certain things, like the annunciation, is that a word?
Oh.
Or certain things can give a different meaning from when you type something. So sometimes when like you're texting with someone, which is now the most popular way to communicate now, like there's going to be a lot of miscommunication and misunderstanding because you type something one way, the person who reads it, the way they read it, not the way you would have said it, and then that can just create a whole mess because maybe you type something in your mind, you're thinking, oh, I'm saying this gently. They'll read it and then you're shouting at me. And then that can become a fight because of like
That's so true.
you're just
Oh my god, did you think about it?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
That's so true.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think it even like it happened to Rejoice and I one time. It was funny because every time she's asking a question, she uses 2 or 3 question marks.
I tell you, like, well, I used to have stopped.
Sorry,
I've changed.
She always used to use 2 or 3 question marks. I remember a day I was like, "Why are you always so upset? Why are you asking questions? Like, why do you put so many?" And she was like, "Oh, that's how.
It's
that's like
normal.
for her. That signifies the."
Exactly.
Are you okay? 1 question. When she does 2, I'm like, are you okay? That's how I say it. And I'm like, okay, I need to calm down. I remember there was a time I thought anyone that put a full stop at the end of their phrase was upset.
Yeah,
with
mad.
me.
Exactly.
Oh my
I
god.
got a friend that just texted
Yeah.
that she puts a period at the end of each sentence. I'm
Some
like,
people like.
why are you being so
punctuate.
cold?
People even use caps lock. All
Yes.
caps.
I'm like, why are you being so cold to me? And she's just like, this is how I type. So
Oh my god.
that is for sure true.
Can you imagine?
That is for sure true.
Like, okay, so I think we all agree to what they've said, so I'm not going to say anything again.
Oh, the main expert.
You make my head
The
big.
main
Make my head
pros.
big.
The main pro. The reason we are here.
Okay, so the last one from my research, it said distraction. And the perspective, they said excessive use of social media can distract from in-person interactions, leading to feelings of neglect or isolation. I mean, imagine if we were all here and I was like,
Yeah. So I just want to make one point about the distraction aspect. I don't know if this ties in correctly, but then I think that, for instance, now there's a reel for everything, or there's a meme to express everything that you want to express. Like, you want to tell someone I love you, you can find a meme that says almost exactly how
Yes.
you feel. And so I just kind of noticed this because
Stickers.
I started doing it for some time. Like, you just send reels to your partner or to your friend or something, and then you think that you have expressed yourself through those reels, and so that can distract you from actually communicating with the person.
This is so true.
Yeah, that's
I am guilty.
Me too.
yeah.
I am
And
so
it's like,
guilty.
why don't they know? How would they know?
Yeah,
Nice.
you only tell them through reels.
Yeah.
Not telling them.
I see.
Yeah.
What if the person too is not even on social media, or the person is there but doesn't frequent there?
Yes.
Because in your mind you think you've told the person, but you haven't. You really haven't.
Or sometimes the person may not even get the opportunity to watch it fully.
Yeah.
And just like see a sneak peek and then exit.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Pro, you have said it.
That's a very good point.
Yes, I never even thought of it that
Yeah.
way. Oh, second pro.
I think I think what she was saying about the reels even made it come to mind about how like reels, TikTok, YouTube shorts, they reduced our attention span. Now we can't even we can't watch long videos. That's why I like YouTube still,
Yeah.
because it makes me sit and invest time into concentrating on
Yeah.
videos. But like everything we want is so fast, and I think it's the same thing. It could also affect our relationships like that, because our attention is not there. And I remember I watched a video coincidentally today where they were interviewing Ghanaian guys on how they think their phone affects their ladies.
Okay.
And so many of them talked about how they'll be talking to their women and they're just on their phone.
Oh my
Or and even right now, before this video started, I remember I was on my phone And it just like, we're about to start recording this video. Why are you on your phone? And I was like, I don't know. Like, it's just in my hand.
Yeah.
And I feel the need to scroll.
Come now.
But it's become like, okay, we're waiting before we play the video. I will scroll. And I was just like, I have no idea. But yeah, just that thing of attention span. Imagine you're talking to your partner and they like pause for a minute and you just look at your phone. If they look up and they see you like that, they're just like, it feels like you're not present with them. So I think distractions, and even distractions that also stem from insecurity, because you're so focused on how you should be doing certain things. Like, okay, let's say even as an influential couples, maybe they particularly would receive this because they will focus more on the online relationship they're presenting rather than the real one.
The real one.
So you're so focused on it being good, looking good, distracted by the wrong things instead of actually investing time into real life human interaction.
Oh my god.
This actually reminds me of a reel I was watching recently. I think they were planning a date or something.
Okay.
They said like they were showing a date, the couple on a date, and like so many camera angles, like just to like capture it and make the reel beautiful. So you can see that were they really, in the date?
In the date, or they were focused on doing content for the
like
date?
so many camera angles. So like at the end of the day, it's like, okay, you were just creating content then.
Yeah.
And I think that's one thing we need to say, like with insecurities, distractions, it's not real. Like a lot of things that we see on social media, especially in terms of the things that are very beautiful and perfect, there was editing that went into it. Even this video, there are so many things that we're going to do that you're not going to see.
You should be here to experience all the fun.
You didn't see the dressing up stage, the rushing before the play. There's so many parts that go into it that make us forget, like, okay,
like someone biting, I saw South Philippa, but or me. Let me add myself.
Or you.
Or me.
She is the biter, please. You see, she froze me. So yeah, it's so easy to get unfocused from what matters.
Yeah. I think I has actually said the one that I was going to add personally to the 3 that I found is influence of deception. Because like, as you said, like, and Philippa also said from the beginning, you think you have, like, what you are seeing is real, but it's not necessarily real. Plus, even, you know how they say, like, it's not everything that you see on Instagram or what you see on social media.
All that glitters, it's not gold.
Mind you, people let you see what they want you to see.
Exactly.
So if at the end of the day, your own is that someone is eating jollof with 2 chicken, why am I using that example?
Wow.
Why? Why? Or
let me give you a good example. Someone is doing a holiday destination on a beach with their Chanel beach bag. I don't know if the Chanel beach bag exists though, but
we're giving them ideas.
Yeah.
Please pay us. Okay, I know what we're going to do. We can't come here and just talk to you guys about positive and negative. So we're also going to give you what we call an advice. It's a take it or leave it kind of advice. Okay, so what would be your advice on this social media, this whole social media and technology thing to people?
So advice. So number 1 advice for me for social media is stop blaming social media.
Please, I'm taking my notes. Oh wow.
Because if you look at, I recently saw something where they showed actual statistical analysis on the effects of social media / technology on relationships. Only 10% of couples said that they had a problem. Their reason, like one of the main reasons for their divorce was social media. 10%. The other 10 said it played a part. Then the remaining 80% said it didn't have a role, nor did they care for it. Okay. So as much as we say a lot of things fail due to social media, in the real life setting, it doesn't, like statistically. So if you do, this was again for marriages, not, let me say, girlfriend, boyfriend situations, but a key part of being able to use technology well is to you, the user, using it well, because they built it for a good reason, but unfortunately there are always unintended consequences of certain aspects. But stop blaming technology. It's not technology, it's you. So build better habits on how to separate yourself from social media. It's not a part of you. It's something that's supposed to aid you. So it was made for positive reasons, and that's the only reason you should be using it. Like, I remember I watched a guy that says, if you're spending more than 1 hour a day scrolling through social media and you're not using it for money, like to make money, then there's a problem somewhere.
Yeah.
So I think a key thing, our advice is build up better habits in terms of using social media. Like, have reasons for using social media and try your best to stick to it. Me personally, I know we fail. Like, you scroll, that's fine. So this leads me to my second advice, because even in the times where you can't always control how you use it, accountability and how it affects you, even second advice I would say is security. This is for partners to give each other, and then for you to also give yourself.
Yeah.
Staying secure, because for instance, especially with the part of jealousy and insecurity, if every day you know both know and understand and reassure yourselves, being transparent with each other. I said not honest, transparent. Meaning when they don't ask, you supply information and always like keep them or him or her secure. Tell them exactly who they are in your life. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
I believe you do. Know who you're dating, your means, let's say it be financial, and also your emotions towards each other. Like, you guys are sincere towards each other.
Yeah.
Then, all these other outer things wouldn't affect it.
It's you and him.
And yeah, it's you and him. It's you and him. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think to add to that, it's quite similar to what my sister has already said. But then I think that, the most important thing is that, like, you should have your own filter, if I should put it that way. Because with social media, so many opinions from so many people from different parts of the world.
Yeah.
Oh my
like,
God.
you receive so much information.
Yes.
And you don't have to take everything.
Yeah.
So you have to have your own beliefs, your own thoughts, which are, they are yours. So, so that when you receive all this so much information, you're able to filter what is applicable to you, what is good for you, and then leave the bad. Because not every advice, even from your favorite influencers or from the people that you admire the most on social media, is applicable to you and applicable to your life.
Okay.
Because they are
So
coming
true.
from different backgrounds. Maybe their relationship or their marriage is it's starting in a different setting than yours, and so their advice or how they do their things is not going to be applicable to you. So as an individual and as a couple, you should have your own morals and your own filter and ideology on how things should be done, so that when you are receiving information or advice from the internet, you know that no, this is not going to play into how we want our relationship to be and things like that. So have a filter.
Have a filter.
Yeah.
Have a filter. What I read down was, it's true that social media can promote how do you call it, unrealistic expectations, and it can distract the face-to-face communication and facilitate jealousy and insecurity. But social media can enhance your relationship as well. And as they said, learn to keep the positives. In all honesty, when you are in a relationship that the person is not with you, the other side of the sea kind of relationship, you need social media. Like, if I say social media, you need WhatsApp to be communicating with the person. You need technology, phone, to be texting the person, So it's important to keep the positives. Learn to keep the positives and use them to your advantage. And the negative aspects, as they rightly said, learn to control what you take in. And we are talking about the negative parts. Learn to block the insecurity, the jealousy. Take care of it, because if you do not take care of it, it's going to spoil your relationship. It's going to ruin it. As we are here giving you advice, take the one that you need and leave the one you do not need. Do not go and enforce everything, and then it will ruin things for you. And you won't find me anywhere. But I know we are giving you good advice here by the grace of our Lord. We know that it can create challenges for you. So beware of the challenges it can create for you. That's why we gave you the negatives. You find exactly. Back in the days, this is the last thing I'm going to say because I don't want to keep us here any longer. But back in the days, our parents didn't necessarily have this whole social media and stuff, but it worked. However, in our era, we have it, and people's own are still working. It's working for people. So, and this is the era you are in. It means that it can work with social media, and at the same time, it can work without social media. So choose, how do they say it? Your poison.
Your poison.
Choose your. Make sure you are doing the one that you know you can take, you can afford to have in your relationship. Don't go and do something someone is doing because you think it is nice.
This is true.
I hope you got it right. So, guys. I know, right? Do you guys have final words for my people?
Subscribe. Like this video. And let us know your own opinions
in the comment section.
Comments in the comment section.
Yes.
Thank you guys so much for
listening. I love them.
Thank you, Rafi,
for having us.
Take that again. So for today, make sure to
like this video
and subscribe
and share. Share. Bye, guys. And as we say here, bisous. Bye.
You there, you're so dear, priceless. You there, you're so dear.